Hello, hello, hello there. What's going on with you? What's going on? What's happening? Come on in, everybody. BucosLocker popping up with a video, man. Been busy. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Welcome to BucosLocker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. I know. Oh, Lord. I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the remix. I've been super busy. She ain't got no. Been busy. Busy. Got a lot of stuff going on. Late summer, early fall coming in. I'm gonna be busy up until October, so I don't know how many videos I'm gonna be making consistently. I thought I was gonna be consistent with the videos, but I just don't have the time to sit there for a couple hours on this locker room talk. But I'm gonna still drop videos here and there. Even like probably the first couple weeks of the season gonna be kind of a little rough for me to make videos because I'm gonna be busy. I don't know if I'm gonna have a lot of time to make videos consistently, but like I said, I'm still gonna drop a couple videos. Yeah. So let me give me some shout outs real quick. Big Bucks, what's up, man? Young DZ, Damien, Jay Ellis, Bucks Life, all caps, Haitian Boy 407. Steven, what's up, man? Styles, what's up, man? Shaw West, what's up, my guy? Who else in the building? Roy, I see you, man. Who that for life? You wish, what's up, man? Jacko Bluntly, Trill G Boy 2, what's up, man? Jay Ellis, I see you, man. Yeah, most likely all my videos will be pretty much on Sundays. I'm gonna try to make videos during the week, but it's gonna be tough. And like I said, this is only temporary, folks. I just got some other things that's more priority right now. But I'm still going, the first couple weeks of the season, there won't be a ton of videos, but I'm gonna try to do my recaps. The recaps will be short. The recaps will be between 10 to 20 minutes long after the game. Am I gonna do a live stream on Sundays? Yeah. I might have to have some people take over the stream. Ryan Howe, what's up, man? Sal, 319, what's up, man? Might have to have some people take over the live stream on Sundays because I'm gonna be busy. I have to have somebody sit in for me. First couple Sundays, opening day. I'm gonna try to make a live stream, but if not, I'll start the live stream and I have somebody just take over that. But you must cam up if you want to do a BucosLocker live stream and you want to take my spot, or take my place for a live stream on Sunday. You must be able to cam up. If you don't cam up, you can't do a live stream. So I got some new rules this season. So a locker room talk, that's gonna be tough. I might be able to take a couple people, but I cannot. I will not be able to do 2-3 hours, 4 or 5 hour streams anymore. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it personal. Maybe down the road. But the first couple weeks of the season, first probably 4 or 5 weeks, it won't be like that. So I've been watching the games here and there. I have both games. I haven't watched the full games. I've been catching it 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. I just been doing other stuff. But I've been catching the games, bits and pieces of it. I like what I'm seeing, like what I'm hearing. I've seen the videos, the snippets and stuff like that. First preseason game, we looked pretty good. The running game looked really good. The O-line looked pretty good. The depth is decent. But like I said, preseason is basically to weed out and keep the good players and put some of the solid players on practice squad. And then the second preseason game that was against the Jags. Good Lord, against the Jags. Puerto Ricans out here, boy. Ooh. Second preseason game leading up to that, I caught a couple of on X, formerly known as Twitter. They said the Jacksonville Jaguars was doing the Bucs up last week. Is that true? I saw some videos. They say the Bucs couldn't guard Brian Thomas to save their life. I seen a video of Brian Thomas Jr. burning Agent Smith pretty bad, and they say Brian Thomas Jr. was having a field day, but I don't know if that was true. I saw a snippet of it. He did get him on the deep ball, but they say the Jacksonville Jaguars looked pretty dominant during the week of the scrimmage, during the week of the joint practice. Then I watched a little bit of the game yesterday. Jacksonville Jaguars, they was moving the ball, and it kind of basically, from what I'm reading, is during the week the Jacksonville Jaguars dominated, and then also during the game, from what I seen, the little bit I did see, the Jacksonville Jaguars was doing pretty much the same thing. But I gotta say this: shout out to Jose Ramirez and Marquise Watts. I've been watching them too. The little bit I've been watching them. I like those guys as backup pieces, situational pass rushers. They're not big guys, but they're quick and they're agile and they low key strong. So Marquise Watts and Jose Ramirez, they're not big guys. They're like Shaq Barrett but smaller. But those guys can cause havoc. I'm just very curious to see how they do in the real live game on regular season against top tackles. You know what I'm saying? What up, J May? Gravediggers 813. Centennial Grease. When I said good Lord. Yeah, man. Good Lord. They said the Jacksonville Jaguars last week was eating up the Bucs first team defense, eating up the Bucs offense, shutting them down. I'm like, what's going on here? You know, is that true? Sal, is that true? Was it that bad? Jonathan Bruce, what's up, man? Was the Jacksonville Jaguars eating like that last week? Because I saw it during the game. I'm like, what's going on here? But like I said, there's a couple guys to me that stood out from what I saw. The first game and the second game, Bucky Irvin looked good. I think he's gonna get some carries. He gonna cut into Rachaad White carries. It's pretty obvious. You know, I don't think Rachaad White gonna get 1,000 yards because Bucky Irvin is too good to just sit on the sideline week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be an impact guy, impact rookie. So I like Bucky Irvin from what I've seen with him. I like Jalen McMillan. He's gonna be starting up with Trey Palmer. Trey Palmer was dropping balls from what I heard and what I read. So, you know, I like the young guys. Graham Barton looking pretty good. Klein's looking pretty good. I haven't heard much about Cody Mulch. He needs to make a big jump. Graham Barton is looking pretty good, but we won't know until he goes up against starting D tackles and nose tackles. That's what we already know. Graham Barton is good. We just want to see him against the competition, But like I said, during last week, they said Jacksonville Jaguars was eating it up. Sean Tucker was doing good. So I like what I'm seeing for the young guys. And let me put y'all on something. I don't know if y'all paid attention to this. Remember when the Bucs was one of the oldest teams in the NFL, like the second oldest or the oldest team in the NFL? In a matter of 2 seasons, the Bucs went from the oldest team in the NFL to the second youngest, tied for the second youngest in the NFL. The second youngest roster in the NFL, tied for the second youngest roster in the NFL. So last year they had 13 rookie and undrafted free agents on the roster. I remember they said people were saying that the Bucs reloaded. No, that was a rebuild on the fly. That was a rebuild on the fly, and it worked out fine. A lot of teams can't do that. I don't care what people say, but the Bucs did a pretty good job rebuilding on the fly. A lot of teams cannot rebuild on the fly. You know how hard it is to rebuild on the fly? They use the term reload. I'm gonna call it for what I see it. Anytime you have 13 rookies, undrafted and drafted on your roster that made the team, that is a rebuild. That is not a reload, because a reload is when you NFC Championship, Super Bowl, whatever the case may be. The Bucs did it on the fly rebuild, low key, and it worked. I'm not saying like it was perfect, but and then you add this rookie class, 2024 rookie class, a lot of those guys in this rookie class going to make the team. I think all the draft picks might make the team. I think all 7 picks are going to make the team. And then you got some undrafted guys that might make the team too. You people, let me reiterate this. Shout out to Jason Light. It is hard to rebuild on the fly because most teams, when they rebuild, they tend to look pretty bad. The Bucs don't. I'm gonna say this again. The Bucs are not a bad team. They don't look bad at all. Are they elite? No. Are they second tier? No. But they're right in the middle. They're right in the middle of the NFL. It's 32 teams, and being in the middle at 15, 16, maybe 17, depending on how you're looking at it, that's still decent. You're better than half of the NFL. You're at 16 and 15, and give or take, maybe you're 17. It depends on how things go. But from where the Bucs are at right now, that's good enough. Now they are missing some elite pieces in some positions, cornerback, running back. I'm not going to say cornerback, running back situation, but they're missing a couple of elite pieces. But if they can get these guys, these young guys, to work out, look out. Look out. And I think the Bucs, and I know a lot of people was upset that the Bucs didn't get Matthew Judon and they didn't get Justin Simmons, or they didn't get a couple other guys, free agent pass rushers. I think the Bucs are really well. It's not even they are. I mean, it's not they are letting everybody know they're not going to spend money on free agents. And also, people got to understand, Tampa is not a free agent destination outside of Tom Brady. It is not a free agent destination for a lot of guys, unless we overpay. You know what I'm saying? Unless we overpay, we're not going to get the Matthew Judons, the Stephon Gilmores, and these are people that we can actually use. Like, people might, I've seen some Bucs fans clowning the Falcons about getting Justin Simmons and getting Matthew Judon, but from a football perspective, I understand why the Falcon fans, or why the Falcons did that. They went 7-10 with Desmond Ridder. Kirk Cousins is leaps and bounds better than Desmond Ridder. And I'm just giving y'all football talk. So you really can't get mad at the Falcons front office doing that. Yeah, we could have used those guys. We can use a Stephon Gilmore. We can use a Matthew Judon. We can use a couple of pass rushers that got signed from other teams for 1-year deals. We could use those type because we need some more pass rushers. So for people, it's funny how when teams make moves that you don't like, it's a stupid move. But if we made the move, you guys wouldn't be complaining. You know what I'm saying? I just watch how NFL fan bases work. They trash the teams that's in the division about making moves to better their squad. But if your squad did that, if the Bucs signed a trade for Matthew Judon, a 3rd round, 4th round pick, you guys wouldn't be complaining. If we took a Justin Simmons over a Jordan or Whitehead, you guys wouldn't be complaining. There is no point in Jordan Whitehead's career he's been better than Justin Simmons. If we would have picked up Matthew Judon, he would have been our best pass rusher, period. So we gotta chill out and stop hating on moves. So as far as the Bucs roster, like I said, we still need some pieces. I think we could have used that. Yeah, we going young. I get it. And I'm okay with that. But it's okay as long as they produce. If they don't produce, then it's like, well, veteran would have been a good pickup. But remember, the Bucs are not on getting old, because they went through that with Brady. They did what they had to do to win at a high level with Tom Brady. Brady wanted veteran guys, and veteran guys was willing to come to play with Brady. That's the only reason why they came to Tampa. They didn't come to Tampa because of Todd Bowles or Jason Light or the happy hours in Tampa or the food in Tampa or the beaches and stuff or the girls. They came for Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Bucs are not on a sign guys over 30 type situation. They're trying to stay young and they're trying to build through the draft. Now, there's the good side to it and there's the bad side to it. Building through the draft, it makes sense as long as those guys hit. Like your first couple rounds, if they hit, then it makes sense. If they don't hit, like Logan Hall and Joe Tryon-Stoinka, it's a bad deal. And then on the flip side, the Bucs did sign a free agent pass rusher and Randy Gregory, and everybody was happy about. A lot of people was happy about that. A lot of people was happy about signing Randy Gregory, and I was not happy about that. I told y'all how I felt about Randy Gregory, but the Bucs did try to sign a free agent pass rusher, a older guy, that's been productive. But the thing about Randy Gregory, he was productive a couple years ago. One thing about the Bucs is I noticed they always get guys that are not as productive they used to be. Like look, the NFL is a young man's game. We understand that, but there's still guys that play positions into the 30s is still pretty good. I think we can all agree with that. We can't say everybody over 30 is a bum. Justin Simmons is not a bum. Matthew Judon is not a bum. Stephon Gilmore is not a bum. Yeah, they might be over 30, but they're still good. Look, it doesn't apply to all the guys over 30. I get that. But there's still some guys that are productive at 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 years old because they're special players. Now, have we gotten that type of guy before? I'm trying to remember in the Bucs history, have we signed somebody that was over 30 that was still highly productive? AB. AB was the best receiver on the team, hands down. And I think everybody can agree with that, or most of y'all can agree with that if you know football. You know, at the time, AB was that dude. Like, still, even with the Bucs, and he wasn't even the number one receiver, but you could see it on the field. Like, this dude is unguardable. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I get it. As long as our guys hit. Not saying every single pick got a hit for the Bucs, but I'm always gonna say this: our first 3 rounds got a hit, at least 2 out of 3. Because if they don't hit, then remember when you miss on a draft pick, you set your team back. If you miss in the first round, second round, and sometimes the third round, you set your team back a couple years, and you're always trying to play catch up, a la Joe Tryon-Stoinka, Logan Hall. And if you look at Logan Hall in the preseason, he's still out there with the tools. Still out there with the tools. Joe Tryon-Stoinka, we already know what he about. The Bucs didn't pick up his 5th-year option. They had to double back and pick up Yaya Diaby in the 3rd, and they had to replace Logan Hall with Kalijah Clancy. Once again, if you miss on the first couple rounds, you got to double back again and make up for that. So as long as your guys hit, it's not a big deal. And this goes for every team, not just for the Bucs. If you miss on your first couple rounds, you are playing catch up. You are playing catch up. And also, let's get back to the preseason. As far as what I've seen, still got some concerns with the secondary. Zion McCullough, he was getting toasted in practice from what I was reading. Jamel Dean, I ain't heard really nothing great about him. He still, he shows up, I'm not worried about our safeties. I'm worried about Jordan Whitehead because he can get nicked up. Okay. Agent Smith going through his rookie, trial. So he has his good and bad moments. Christian Eisen, I think Agent Smith going to take his spot anyway. I don't know why they still got Robert Hainsley listed as a starter in front of Graham Barton. I think we already know Graham Barton going to be the starting center week 1. I do not want to see Robert Hainsley out there at center. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Robert Hainsley at center week 1. I don't want to see Robert Hainsley at center. Cody Marsh got to make a jump. And then our left guard is going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious. Like, the Bucs still got question marks. I mean, until we see otherwise, I think we already know the question marks. And if you don't know the question marks based on these first couple of weeks of preseason with practices, joint practice and stuff like that, the running game looks better. But it's preseason. I get it. I'm not going to get too overhyped until I see consistency in the regular season. Remember, I always tell y'all this. Going into the season, the Bucs running game still bottom 5, bottom 2. You don't have any evidence to say the Bucs running game is going to be top 15. Right now, there's no evidence saying that the Bucs running game will be top 15. You have no evidence. You're going off of speculation, which is fine. Which is fine. But the reality of the situation, the key part I'm saying is going into the season, the Bucs running game has a lot to prove. Going into the season, the Bucs pass defense has a lot to prove. Going into the season, the Bucs pass rush has a lot to prove. Those 3 areas still have question marks. Even though Ramirez and Marquise Watts are doing their thing, because they're going to be good depth pieces, but there's still question marks because we don't have any hard evidence stating that the Bucs pass rush. I'm not talking about blitzing. I'm talking about straight up rushing the passer, because the Bucs, just based on the front, not the blitzing from the cornerbacks, the linebackers, the safeties, just straight up pass rushers, the Bucs had a bottom 7 pass rush unit. A bottom 7 pass rush unit. The pass rush win rate was terrible. So once again, the key part I want y'all to understand is this is not hate. This is literally going into the season. We don't know what's going to happen into the season because things can be different, right? But going into the season, there is no evidence saying that the pass rush is going to be great outside of blitzing. There's no evidence saying the running game is going to be tremendous. There's no evidence saying that the pass defense is going to be top 17. All we can do is speculate. And the beautiful part about the Bucs, so far, we stayed away from major injuries. We have not had any major injuries with our starters or significant missing significant time. There are some teams out here already with injuries. The Vikings, yikes. JJ McCarthy got hurt. They starting cornerback got hurt. I mean, it's like, what the heck? So we gotta wait. Look, as long as we don't get hurt, I think we can win 9 games. I think that's where I range at. 9 games with no injuries. No major injuries before the season start and no major injuries during the season. I think we can get 9 games off the top, right? Now, anything beyond that, we gotta get that ball to drop our way because we got a tough schedule. Oh, and let me talk about KJ Britt too. KJ Britt is going to have some issues in pass coverage. KJ Britt is going to be an issue in pass coverage. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the tape. KJ Britt is going to be a problem in pass coverage. Teams are going to attack him. And let me give y'all another tidbit. I don't know how many of y'all knew this, but when you start digging into stats from last year, remember now, this is carrying over going into the season. Now, we don't know what's going to happen when the season starts, but going into the season, and I'm going to put y'all on something. When it comes to guarding tight ends, the Bucs gave up, or the Bucs were in the top 5 they gave up the most receptions to a tight end, which was 100 receptions. And then I think it was 800 and something yards, or maybe a little over 1,000 yards, and yards allowed by a tight end. Let me repeat that. The Bucs gave up the most receptions by a tight end, and they were top, I think, 3 in yards allowed by a tight end. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, people like to give the wishful thinking and try to convince themselves something is not there that they haven't seen yet. Even though you saw what you saw last year, and there's no justifying that, because it's like, well, that's what it is. That's the reality of it. Look, the past is the past, but the regular season is not here yet. And the reason why I can bring up stuff from last year is because going into the season, we don't know how the Bucs gonna cover tight ends. Once again, let me repeat this. These are facts. I can care less about how you feel and your expectation, your optimism. These are straight up facts. The most receptions allowed by a tight end, Tampa Bay Bucs. Top 4 3 yards allowed by a tight end. These are facts. Well, the Bucs need to be better. What evidence do you have? You don't have no evidence. You're just speculating. You don't have no hardcore evidence saying that the Bucs can cover tight ends. These are facts. Once again, the Bucs still have problems, and they got good problems, and they got bad problems. I hope you guys don't think that the Bucs are a perfect team. Because if you are good enough to point out the good things in the Bucs, you got to be able to point out the things that they're still not good in, and they still need to prove. Every team got room for improvement. The Bucs are no exception. The Bucs are no exception on what they need to do better. And if you don't like what I say, because I just gave y'all the good for the Bucs, but I'm giving you the other side as well. If you don't like that, go to the other Bucs channels. Go to the other Bucs channels, because I'm not that channel to just push your narrative and act like and look for media credentials and act like I can't. No, I'm going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. 100 receptions by the tight end. That is irrefutable. Number 1 in the NFL in receptions allowed by a tight end. Irrefutable evidence. You cannot justify that. I can care less. These are facts. And top 3 in yards allowed by a tight end. Bucs. That is not good. KJ Britt, teams will attack him. Teams will attack KJ Britt. Lavonte David is going to have to make up for KJ Britt's lack of coverage skills, and which means Lavonte David going to be in coverage a lot. Winfield Jr. can't be everywhere. Agent Smith calling Agent Smith when we don't have no big safety that can cover tight ends. I'm just saying. I'm just giving y'all hardcore facts. And you might not like it. That's cool. But one thing you cannot do about facts is change the facts. You cannot change the numbers. The Bucs were 31st in the NFL in rushing yards per carry. That's irrefutable. Well, the Bucs gonna be better this year. Based on what? Well, Graham Barton and Klein and Cody Marsh gonna make a jump, and that's great. And I hope they do that. And if they do make a jump, then the Bucs will be better than 31st in the NFL. But until then, until I see otherwise, the Bucs running game still bottom 2. Until I see otherwise. Okay. But overall, the Bucs looking good. But I have to give y'all the whole plate. And if you don't like the plate that I'm giving you about the Bucs, then you might want to go to the other channels that only talk about narratives and everything is all good. And they don't never talk about that didn't look good. They don't talk about things that should be talked about, because they got to protect media credentials. They got to protect the get along gang and all. I'm not a part of that. I'm not a part of the go along, get along gang. I'm not looking for media credentials or to interview Bucs players. I'm not looking for that. If it happens, it happens. But one thing about this channel, before I close this video out, I'm going to always give you the whole conversation. This is why I always tell y'all, when y'all talk to BucosLocker, you got to talk about everything. You got to talk about everything. There's no way I'm going to sit here and let anybody just talk about one thing on this channel. It's not going to happen. Because I'm not afraid to talk about everything. I'm not trying to protect my brand as far as, oh, I got to make sure now nobody gets mad at me. If you get mad at me, come see me. You can see me on live stream, cam up, or you can see me in person when I go to the games. And we can figure it out right there, man to man. If you don't like what I say, we can figure it out man to man, or we can figure it out on video. But I'm just giving y'all what I see. I love football. Remember, I'm a football fan first. I'm a football fan first. If you don't like it, come see me as a man. And if you got a real problem, then we can really get it in. But we don't need to do that. But I'm just saying, I like to talk about football. I like to talk about football. I like to talk about everything. I talk about the good. I talk about the bad. And I talk about ugly. I think people get too sensitive when I point out these things. Like I said, and I always say this, the Bucs are not bad at all. The Bucs are not bad. I got them winning the division, but people still don't like that. Even though I got the Bucs winning the division, the Bucs, BucosLocker, you hating. How am I hating? I got the Bucs winning the division. Until prove otherwise, until the Saints or the Falcons show me something different, I got the Bucs winning the division. Of course I stand on business, and I don't care if you don't like it or not. Come see me. You know what I'm saying? I'm being sarcastic, but come see me. You know what I'm saying? My locker room is open from time to time, but come see me and voice your frustration, and we can have a nice football conversation. Just long as you don't try to get negative and try to get extra with me. It's never worked, but you get what I'm saying? The Saints and the Falcons, yeah, they made moves. Well, the Falcons made moves, and I get that. But until proven otherwise, the Bucs have won the division for the last few years. Yeah, I know the Falcons got Matthew Judon, they got Justin Simmons, and look, that defense was ranked 11th in the NFL. They ranked 11th in the NFL, and look, the Falcons will be a problem. The Saints will always be a problem. I think we can all agree with that. We split with the Falcons last year, and they had Desmond Ridder. We split with the Saints last year with Derek Carr. So we can't sit here and act like we're leaps and bounds better than those teams. We're not. We're a little bit better because we won the division the last couple of years. I get it. 8, 9, 9, and 8. I get it. And the year before that, I get it. So we're not winning the division by a wide margin. We're winning it by basically a tiebreaker. So how better are we than the Saints and the Falcons? Not that much. We're pretty much neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? But until proven otherwise, I got the Bucs still number one in NFC South until the Saints and Falcons show us different. And look, if the season finished, if all three finish 9 and 8 and we win again, so guess what? I was right. You know what I'm saying? I was right. So if we win a division again at 9 and 8, guess what? We won a division again. Remember, the NFC South is not a great division. Let me repeat this. The NFC South is not a great division. So it's not hard to win a division. You really only need to win 9 games. Let's be real. 8 or 9 games will win the division. I'm just talking about the NFC South. Until the Saints and Falcons prove me otherwise, I got the Bucs number one. But oh, wait a minute, the BucosLocker negative. I know he got the Bucs winning the NFC South, but he's still negative. Oh my gosh, you can't win for losing. You can't talk football without somebody getting mad or getting in their feelings or trying to, bring you down. It ain't gonna work. I've been here for 7, 8 years. But BucosLocker hating, but I know he got us winning the division, but he's still hating. Oh my gosh, man. What do you want? You want me to talk about nothing but good? Pushing narratives and stuff? You want me to go for the media credentials? You want me to go for the media credentials and push narratives all day long and talk and say the Bucs can't do no wrong? The Bucs got a top 5 running game, a top 5 roster, a top 5 quarterback, a top 5 pass defense. There's nothing wrong with I can't do that. It's not even in my DNA to do that. I'm sorry. Go find somebody else. Go to them other channels. Anyway, but so far so good. And I will do my schedule prediction, and I kind of gave it away already as far as where I got the Bucs at. But remember, I'm negative. But if you've been listening, I kind of gave it away already where I got the Bucs at. But I'm not gonna repeat that again. I'm just gonna go through my schedule prediction. Look, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say this 1,000 times. The Bucs are not a bad team. They're not a bad team, man. They got holes. Just like any other team, there's no perfect team in the NFL. And if you are part of a fan base, and it's not just the Bucs, just any team, if you can't see the flaws of your team, then what kind of fan are you? That's why I be looking at some of the Bucs fans' comments. I'll be like, what kind of fan are they? Are they really? Do they really believe that the Bucs are just unbeatable or something? Or like they feel like? Do you really feel like the Bucs have no flaws? I might not comment on a lot of stuff, but I see everything, and I always scratch my head. At least I'm aware of my team flaws. But a lot of people don't like to talk about this stuff because it's too harsh. Remember, facts over feelings. One of my hashtags. Facts over feelings. The Bucs running game wasn't good last year. Going into the season until proven otherwise, I got to see something. Pass defense, 249 yards a game. Pass rush wasn't good. Pass rushers. Well, the Bucs had 48 sacks. So yeah, we're talking about the pass rushers. We're not talking about blitzing linebackers and safeties and cornerbacks. We're just talking about pass rushers. They wasn't good. And here's the beautiful thing about it. I got numbers to back the Bucs. What the Bucs did good. I can talk about that. I got numbers on that. Baker Mayfield had his career season. He did great according to his standards and what he had in his career. Mike Evans did his thing. Chris Godwin got better at the end of the season. Rachaad White got better towards the end of the season. Look, that's all there. Numbers, I got numbers to back that too. But also, we still got issues. And the third preseason game, we're going to see the starters, and we're going to see what happens for the first half. And then after that, week 1. And I'm going to keep the same energy. I've been doing this for 7-8 years now, man. It ain't going to change. You know? But shout out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. I just wanted to drop this video. I know it was a little bit long, 30 minutes, because I basically made 2 videos in one, because I missed last week and this week. But so I like some of the guys what I see. I like Bryce Huff. Oh, I'm sorry, Bryce Hall. You know, pass interference, but you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Those guys just need to get better, because if those guys get better, then we can go past what we can go past the expectations. You know, past expectations. If our rookies and our second year guys take it up a notch, like if our second year guys make a big jump, right, or a mid-level jump, let me rephrase that. If our second year guys like Yaya make a big jump, Kalijah Kansas make a big jump, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth, right? That's better for the Bucs overall. And then our first year guys, impact guys, that's better for the Bucs overall. So that's remember what I was telling y'all a couple years ago, the 2023 and the 2024 draft class is going to be big. And I stand on that. It looks like I'm going to be right. Looks like I'm going to be right about back-to-back draft classes must be good. They must hit. So far, we're just waiting on the 2024 draft class to show us something for the 2024 season. If the 2024 draft class look like the 2023 draft class, the Bucs we're gonna be a problem. We're gonna be a serious problem. But I gotta be humble though, because I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, because I want these next 2 these draft classes, these 2023 and 2024 draft class, to basically take us to the future. And I'm banking on that. And I got my money on that. I got my money on the 2023 and the 2024 draft class taking this team to the next level, because this is important. Now, 2025, 2026, I'm not worried about that. But these 2 draft classes is going to take the Bucs to the future, a bright future. Oh, but the BucosLocker hating. Shut up. To you haters, or you low key trying to hate, shut up. Sit back and be cool. I got my money on the future. I'm a forward thinker. 2023 draft class, 2024 draft class is super important. But BucosLocker, man, you always negative. Can't please everybody. But like I said, come see me though, in person or on the video. Anyway, shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank y'all for joining this 2-for-1 video. About to sign out. I'm at the park right now, about to get my workout in. Healthy life. Keep your mental health good. Keep your physical health good. Keep the negativity away from you. Sleep well, eat well, take care of your kids, your family. Stay alive, man. And don't let any negative energy try to discourage you for what you're doing. Oh, Zion McCullough, man, I just look, man. I think we should have got another guy in free agency, a veteran guy. But hey, a Stephon Gilmore would have been okay. But anyway, that's another video. But yeah, keep the negativity away. Keep doing what you do. And don't let anybody deter you or try to make you do something that they want you to do. You know, stand on business, stand on what you believe in, stand on what you talk about. Don't let anybody deter you and try to make for them to feel good. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag, hashtag facts over feelings. I can care less about how you feel. Right? Possibility and probability. Hashtag probability over possibility. Hashtag what are we doing? Hashtag why? Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. All right. With that being said, I'll see y'all another time. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. And be cool. BucosLocker signing out.